Hello, buddy. Welcome back. All right, we're going to be starting a brand new campaign with Skulltaker. So, as always, if you enjoy the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton on the channel. Be sure to check out the rest of the campaigns as well. We're just now doing one with Goldfang. I'm blanking out on the name, but the new green skin with this DLC, and we have probably over 100 other campaigns over the years on the channel. So, be sure to check all that out. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. So, I haven't played through a ton of this campaign yet. I went and scouted out, got some ideas of where I want to go, so we'll be kind of learning it ourselves a bit. But it does look pretty fun. It's very aggressive. One, qualm that I still have about Khorne that they haven't changed is you still have to hold like an actual town and try to level it up in a traditional way. And I just don't understand why they're not a horde faction, or they can't like gain units through something other than traditional recruitment in a town, something like a Warriors of Chaos or just some other type of merit system where you can purchase units without having to get to tier 5, because it's really annoying to have to like create these ruins and colonize them, and the town system is kind of weird, but everything else around it's really good, or at least it seems like it's gonna be really good. I guess we'll see when we get in there. But you have this Cloak of Skulls thing, so as you're aggressive, as you kill more lords, you get a currency. You can buy some upgrades for your faction, some of which look pretty cool. You get 2 extra capacity for Blood Reapers. You can get these right away with him. He has the building for it, so you basically, and he comes with 1, so you basically get 3 right off the bat. So you're going to be extremely good at fighting enemy lords, which you would expect from a campaign like this. And then your demons are reforged, 10% chance. Now, this is a new mechanic that they've kind of added in, which is similar to like vampire counts, occasionally getting units back. I don't think it's that great. I mean, it's one of those things, it's like insurance. It's good if you need it, but hopefully you just don't need it. I think that the human units are going to be a lot stronger than the demon units, especially scaling into the mid and late game. We'll talk about that when we get a little bit in there, so this is okay. If you have some really hard fights early on, you might get some extra stuff. And there's other things, so you can probably get this close to 100%. But ideally, like, you're not losing your units in battle, you know? So, anyways, that's okay. And then you get minus 15% for Bloodletters and Exalted Bloodletters for all armies. This is really good. Bloodletters are good, like, very aggressive options in the early to mid game, like your tier 2 and your tier, I think they kind of get outscaled even at tier 3. I think the Chosen are probably better, and the new sword units that you have are probably better than Exalted Bloodletters, but these things are very aggressive. They do a lot of damage. They just have really low armor. Now, they do have 20% physical resist to go with it, but in prolonged fights, they definitely can get blown up, a lot more so than Warriors of Chaos or Chosen. So you got to be aware of that. But if you have a few of these, you can get some good flanks with them. They are very strong. Now, they do have a very high charge bonus, too, for infantry, which is kind of weird, but it works. So, anyways, they're pretty good. They also have very high leadership. They have not much, but like, higher movement speed than Warriors of Chaos that are like super slow. So, they're cool. I just feel like they're a complementary type of unit more so than what you would want to base your entire backbone of your front line on. But that's what we're going to be doing early on, is just using them as pretty much our entire front line. So we'll see. But they are very strong. Then you get extra campaign movement range, extra line of sight. You get Frenzy for the Bloodletter units, which is really good. And then you get Bloody Onslaught, which is a good kind of dueling ability that you get early on. Okay, and then very hard Legendary as usual. We'll just keep everything else kind of default. Okay, let's go. Now, a few other things they've changed as we get in here. When you have a town now, you have to choose whether you want to be able to hire demonic units or whether you want to be able to hire humanoid units. Or I should say, like, non-demonic units. Because you can still get monsters, because your monsters are considered neutral, I guess. They're not demonic, but they're also, not humanoid. So you can get the monsters either way, like your Minotaurs, your Spawn, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to get Bloodletters, and later in the game, like the tier 5 flying demon dudes, then you're going to have the demonic version. So you start off with a demonic town here, and that's going to let you get these dogs. These dogs are extremely good in the early game. They hit like a truck, 58. They've got a 46 charge bonus, so they are very, very strong in the early game. And then, of course, you can get your bloodletters early. Get your exalted bloodletters. Now, these are kind of expensive. These are 300 for what they are. 42, 34, 44 is like, it's pretty good. Then the plus 13 versus infantry is really good. I mean, it's 55, 57. You might be thinking, wow, that's awesome. But then you come over here and you look at this guy. He's a new, non-demonic one. Similar priced, even a little bit cheaper at 275. And he's got more armor. About the same HP. But look at these numbers. He's got the 10 for infantry. So he goes 64 all the way up to 74 melee attack. And then he's got frenzy. Now this guy is going to have frenzy if he's in our main lord's army. But this dude's just hitting way harder. And his defense is way higher. I think at 42 versus 34. So I mean, he's just better all around. Right? I mean, he's even got magical attacks like demons. He doesn't have flaming attacks like the other one, but I mean, come on, this guy's really good. And then I guess he's a little bit slower, right? He's got 35 speed, but and then Chosen, these are some of the sturdiest units in the game. They've got 130 armor, really high melee defense. They're pretty good. And then up here, you can get the dual weapon Chosen, which also have some pretty crazy stats at 69 base damage. With a plus 10 versus infantry with frenzy, that's going to be like 90 damage or so, like 89 damage. So that's incredibly powerful, really high HP. And then this other new dude, the Wrathmonger, is even crazier. He's got 60-50, so and almost all armor, not all, but like very heavily armor piercing damage at 80 base strength plus frenzy. So that's like 88 and then 70 melee attack. So these things are just like really, really good once you get to tier 4 infantry. I mean, that has to be best infantry in the game, right? Like, it's got to be very, very close. You can get some really nice upgrades for them too. And then the other non-demonic stuff here, you've got your Chaos Knights, which are okay. Like, yes, they are good for kind of your baseline infantry compared to like Empire Knights and things like that. But I would prefer just using the monsters most of the time. We'll talk about them in a second. But you still got these Skull Crushers, the anti-large, not super anti-large, but plus 10 anti-large units are going to be pretty good. You don't have that much anti-large to choose from with Khorne. You've got your halberds over here. But just like your base damage on this thing, who cares if it's anti-large? It's hitting for 80, early on. So maybe you don't need it. Now, it doesn't have the extra range of something like a halberd, but it's still pretty good. You also get this utility thing, this Chaos War Shrine. I think this used to be like tier 4 or tier 5. Now you can get it at tier 3. Which gives an extra, I think it's like, if it'll stay, extra damage potentially for everybody around, 15% extra damage, 15% resist, and then gives 10 extra leadership. So, pretty good little utility unit you can have there. And then you've got the Chaos Warriors with dual weapons, which are pretty good, but you can also get Chosen at that same tier, and this sword thing, so I'd probably rather just have the Skull Reapers. So anyways, the demonic stuff is okay, and this is your neutral tree, the monsters I mentioned before. You got a new one, this Blood Beast of Khorne, which is mostly armor-piercing damage, so I think against armored targets he's going to do more than the Chaos Spawn, but it's basically Chaos Spawn. It's very, very similar, and you need some of these guys to help you take down the doors a little bit faster, open up some opportunities for you, so anyways, they're pretty good. And then you get the Minotaurs later on. This is another anti-large you can get at tier 4. Their stats are kind of getting power crept a little bit. Some of the infantry stuff is, stronger, but these are still going to be really good. They get Gore Greed. They get a couple of upgrades. You can get to that too. And then you get your, headliner, tier 5, big monsters thing that we probably won't be able to get because we won't be able to get tier 5 until, turn 100 or something. But anyways, these things are really good too. And then you've still got your demons over here. This guy is okay. Like, Soul Grinder, yeah, he's good. But he's not as good as the Nurgle one, I don't think. He doesn't have, like, splash damage. It's just going to hit 3 things. So against, like, single target, I guess it's okay. And then his, like, combat prowess in melee is, like, alright. But there's just one of him. He's cool. I'd just rather have, like, if I wanted a monster like the Minotaurs, probably. So these have pretty good anti-infantry, I think, or just chosen. So yeah, they're pretty good. And then this guy, of course, is awesome, the Bloodthirster. If you get to that tier 5, he's your real anti-large, you know, workhorse here. 35 anti-large, flying, pretty good HP for a big monster, good armor, physical resist. And he's one of the best big monsters in the game. But early on, as you can see, I think most of the power is in the non-demonic stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and get a fight in here. Also, 2 of your heroes are locked behind these things. So you've got the cultist here with the halberds, and you got this shrine thing if you want that too, which is good. But this cultist of Khorne is going to have damage walls, which is really nice for some of these sieges. And then replenish troops, which is one of the best, you know, passive abilities in the game. And he can summon up a bunch of stuff. It's pretty good. You can establish cults. I don't really know if there's a lot of utility in doing that, but it's there if you want it. So you need to unlock this to be able to hire that hero. And then over here you got this guy, which I don't know his other abilities. It looks kind of uninspiring, but he does have training, which again is really powerful, and you definitely want that for the extra 25% experience for all your heroes. So let's go ahead and grab those 2 extra Blood Reapers that we get to basically start with here. Extra damage is pretty good. Yeah, let's go with this dude. And I guess Bad Hat for the corruption. I don't think it's going to matter that much, but it's probably a little bit better than Tactician. And you don't have any magic as Khorne. So you have extremely powerful infantry, but it's kind of supposed to be balanced by the fact that you don't have a lot of magic. Okay. Now, we could fight a warm-up fight if we want to gain some extra levels, but
I do not converse with fools.
I think we just want to fight this guy full strength first and just kind of see how it goes. So you do have this Unholy Manifestation, so I think they've changed around a couple of them. They're not that great. You take control of an occupied ruin. I mean, that is cool. You basically get a free, you know, whatever it is, 2,500 skulls to do that. So that's okay. The experience gain is okay. That's a lot of corruption, though, so that seems a little weak for, like, really late game. And then the final thing is you get a settlement is raised on the map. So I guess you can burn anything you want on the map, but you don't get anything from that. Like, who cares? I mean, yeah, it's annoying for the enemy to do that, sure, if this is, like, multiplayer or something, but, like, you don't really gain a lot of benefit. I'd rather just fight it. And I mean, I guess if there's, like, a lord that you really want to kill that's, like, garrisoned in this impossible town where there's no way you're going to be able to siege it, like tier 5 Altdorf or Lothern or something like that, I guess you could burn it and then the lord's not going to be in the town anymore, and then you just kill him outside of the town. So there are probably situations, but anyways, okay. But you can do this one, which summons a hostile army, and you basically just get to fight it straight up and get some. So pretty much it's like experience gold, and it gives you some rage or bloodletting. But yeah, let's fight this normally and just kind of see how it goes, and then we'll consider doing the other thing. And we'll talk about techs, and then we'll just keep moving and keep fighting. Okay, what do they have here? These little things are annoying. I can't believe we don't start with any dogs, which is kind of annoying. We do get these guys. We should be able to light this dude up. Yeah, so we got to shut up this ranged stuff. But the rest of it, I don't know why they think they have a chance. We should slaughter that. We don't have... These are magical damage too, so our physical resist is not going to do anything. So I mean, they're probably going to get some pretty good damage on us when we run up on them. haven't actually fought against Tzeentch in a long time. I haven't played in Lustria. I don't even think I've done it in Warhammer 3. I did it some in Warhammer 2. Historically, it's been a very annoying place to navigate. It's like everything is kind of spaced out. The jungle, like you can't really run through it. It's like these, you know, you can only run through like 20% of the landscape. The rest of it's just like virtually impassable, which, I mean, yeah, that's what a jungle is, right? But I don't know. So it'll be kind of cool to come down here and try it out again. Face some of these factions I don't usually face. My favorite place is just like the Altdorf, you know, type of region. It's just really high density of towns, and you can just kind of run over most of those factions early. I guess that's changing a little bit, though. They have added, you know, more dangerous things in there. Now, is this thing... This gives out 8 melee attack. I mean, that's good. You definitely want one of these in your army. So, I mean, the demon stuff is pretty good. So, I don't know. Not really sure how I feel about them splitting up the demons. This feels like it's artificially just not wanting you to have everything to make choices. And it's like, I get that, but just limiting, you know, a third of your roster or whatever, just for fun. I don't know if I like it. I would rather see different faction leaders give discounts and bonuses and all this positive stuff to encourage you to diversify your armies, because ultimately you do want diversity and different play experiences as a game designer, and I get that. But I think the feels good aspect of it about getting the buffs, really encouraging certain types of fights, is a better way to do it than this artificially just not letting people hire other things or put a limit on it. Because I think having just a sprinkle of diversity, saying, hey, you know what, this guy's supposed to mostly be demonic, but I still just want a sprinkle of some humanoid stuff in there. I think that's a better way to do it. Or just, yeah, again, like a soft limit or something. Just saying, hey, you can have up to, this guy can have up to 4 non-demonic units in his army, or whatever the number is. And you can get some tech or some upgrades to increase that if you want. I don't know. It just feels inelegant and artificial and just kind of annoying. This guy doesn't have any abilities yet. I guess I could just put him in the same. Okay, so who's got the most armor? These guys. I kind of don't want them to get lit, because whoever runs in there is definitely going to get lit up. I don't remember how accurate they are. Okay, I do not want them shooting these things. I feel like that's what they're going to want to shoot. Let's go ahead and see if we can get old flank on them here. I also don't really like on this patch how they change. You couldn't really see it here, but if you grab something and try to slide it into a group or like rearrange the group, it doesn't really let you do that very easily anymore. Which I'm like, why would they change that? I don't see a lot of content creators creating these groups like this. To be fair, I don't watch a ton of the content creators. Like if I want to arrange this, see, I can't slide it over there. If I want to put it in there, now I have to click it like that. And you used to be able to just like, to get it into the middle, like if I want something like this sitting in the middle, I don't know. It seems minor, but it's just one of those things where it's like it wasn't broken, so why break it? You know what I mean? Okay, if they start wheeling to match these things on the flank, we're just going to run in on them. Getting a little concerned. I think they have a lot of range. little bit, not a ton. No. Shut those up. What? No, they're fighting. Oh my god, they got caught up on the ward instead of the, Yeah, that was bad. The ward went up and just basically blocked him.
Take skulls. Fine, weakling.
No, what the... God, I misclicked. I could just click on the Lord. So these things are good, they just take like too much damage. And also if they get low, they like die, you know what I mean? They like get melted. Yes, they can revive again with the stuff, but like you're just not gonna take as much damage from I don't know if we have to actually kill him with the Skulltaker guy. Okay. I mean, that was a good move by that Lord to step up and block the charge. So I didn't get the pink things, but... Okay, we didn't lose that many actual units. It's got a little dinged up. But we definitely... So what we're going to do probably is switch this over to non-demonic after we get the bloodletters. Or after we get the dogs. Wow, that's a very good item to get early on. Get money, you get some skulls, 181. I think you're just supposed to take money. I'm not sure what the equivalency is. Skulls versus money. You do need skulls to colonize early on, but you also need money to build up your buildings. Like, your economy is pretty bad. I think we're supposed to go with favor. Got a bunch of, like, upkeep reduction type of things. Which is cool. I mean, that matches horde type of stuff, but you're not a horde. That dude's dead. That. Oh, you get a... I get a regiment already? What? That's interesting. So it unlocks him super early if I want him. I mean, usually I don't get regiments, but more than 40 kills, he gets even more damage. Yeah. Raise it, or, you gain experience.
Yes, a good day.
We're gonna have to recruit. I don't like how raiding on a Horde faction is 50 campaign movement. Because that feels like that's one of the main ways you're supposed to generate money. Okay, we're gonna go down through the blue tree. This stuff is okay. The charge bonus I'm not super thrilled with early on. Bloodsoaked Champions is pretty good. For all your later infantry and even your cavalry. But we just don't have a lot of those units in our army yet. And the blue tree is nice. I could get this Call of Bloodletting, which is 15% items and post-battle loot. It's going to be good. Unholy Resistance. You know, our dude's going to be taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have a lot of armor. And then, of course, Lightning Strike, Upkeep Reduction, all that stuff is very good. So, that is where we'll go early on. We just kind of have to decide how much do I care about the extra 5 leadership. I think our stuff has pretty good leadership, so I think I'll just get right to it here. Okay, and this guy, I believe we just want mobility. Actually, that just gave us enough to... No, we almost have enough to hit this. Now, let me go ahead and grab that. I think if I win this next fight, then it will give me more movement range. So let's go ahead and move a little bit over here. Because when we win a fight, I think it refills 10%. I don't know if it's 10% of our missing or 10% of total movement range. 20% campaign movement range after you win a fight. So we can summon this down to get like a little bit more movement range and then go after Quintex. And we need to get a growth building, so we need to get this growth rolling. Okay, so go ahead and do this. It's unholy, like, these unholy manifestations are just so weird. Yeah, we can just decisive or whatever, just auto-resolve this probably. God, our dude's got... I should not have done that. Auto-resolve. Why did I take that much damage? I wish it would show you on the auto-resolve just how much damage you're going to take. It shows if something is going to kill you. God, and he runs the other way? Are you kidding me? No, he's dead, right? Okay. Okay, well that was a bad idea to auto-resolve that. I should have just...
Champion! The end to all sagas.
Alright, let's do Brutal Charge. Okay, well at least that gave us enough to get over here, so hopefully we can heal, or yeah, heal in here. Okay, well, I learned my lesson last time, so I guess we're gonna have to fight this. See, they had 4 units. I have like 8 units, including Skulltaker. How do they possibly put up that much damage on me? So maybe auto-resolve is just really bad with bloodletters. So annoying. they're just not firing, or what? These guys are about to have some problems. You know, just blue horrors casually lighting up my bloodletters. Man, these things are... They are getting kind of lit up. That's why you need the armor. Helm of Discord is also very good. We're getting some pretty lucky item drops here early on. Yeah, we gotta occupy the first couple. We gotta get the growth buildings going. Try to get up to tier 4 at least. Tier 5 is kind of a pipe dream, but we should be able to get to tier 4 hopefully reasonably early. Now, I don't know how many units you get with the Blood Host. They may have nerfed this. I don't remember it costing skulls, but maybe it did. Either way, we gotta occupy.
You only delay your destruction.
Okay, so we got Helm of Discord. Favor.
Skulltaker!
Bloodletting. God, his melee defense is so horrible. Guess just Juggernaut. Well, that's weapon strength and physical resist. Yeah, let's do that, I guess.
For Khorne's eternal glory!
Alright. Okay, now, as far as text go, so they redid this a lot. So you've got kind of your campaign map sort of stuff here. Most of these aren't that great. You get some post-battle loot. This is pretty good. Income from raiding, but again, raiding is not something you're going to be doing a lot. Sacking, you really can't do a lot, because if you sack something, then you can't burn it on the same turn. So you can sack for, like, you know, 2,000 gold or something, but then you have to sit there with your army in order to burn it again the next turn. So sacking is not that good with this faction. Income from your buildings give almost no income, so that's not going to be helpful. Recruitment cost is good, minus 33%, and then upkeep reduction is good. So the later tiers are like, okay. It's not telling me how many turns it would take to get all the way up there, but... Oh, you have to win so many battles in order to unlock these things, too. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. And then chance to colonize, it's not going to matter except for your main town most of the time. You could try to get 2 towns up to tier 4, so you could have 1 demon town and 1 non-demon town, because you're going to have to globally recruit also for all of this stuff. This one, skull piles plus 50%. There's like little piles of skulls you can go out of your way to pick up if you want. which is okay. Skull Throne Rituals. This one's pretty good. I mean, I get extra skulls from 40% more from winning battles. Cooldown reduction on Skull Rituals. Like, this is pretty good. Later on, this one's pretty good. +1 for Summon from Beyond, which you get to summon a couple of free little demon dudes. Then Recruit Rank, Demons Reforged. This one's not that great. You do get an extra +1 capacity for Cultists if you want that. Blood Reapers, and presumably the other dude, yeah, Exalted. So that's like okay. If you're going for like the 100% demons come back thing, then like this can be pretty good, but otherwise it's not that great. Diplomacy, growth per region, that's okay. Defensive supplies, like, come on, man. All of this is pretty bad. Monuments of Rage, +10 growth, -1 for all construction. So this stuff is okay, but a lot of it's pretty uninspiring. The armaments down here, there's basically 4 different quadrants for the 4 different kinds of units you can get. You have to pick Slaughter's Pride first. Down here is where you almost certainly want to go first. Infantry things. This stuff's pretty good. -15% for infantry and your recruitment rank. Giant Slayer, that's +10 armor for all Chaos Warrior units, and then +8 for Halberd units. You don't have Chosen with Halberds. This is only going to apply to your Chaos Warriors with Halberds. But pretty good early game tech if you want to get that. Now with this guy in particular, because we do have a lot of demons early on, maybe a little bit less useful than the other guy, the other new guy, but it's okay. You get charge bonus, a little uninspiring on infantry because it's so hard to charge cycle them. And then you get +4 damage on bloodletters and things like that. So it's about 10% more damage or so early on. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 7% on the exalted ones. Rage Within, 6 leadership and 6 melee attack for all infantry, so that's very good. That includes demons and Chaos Warriors, Chosen, everything. So that one's nice. And then anything that's dual weapon, you get +8. So this is really good. This is going to be on your dudes, like those really heavy hitting Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers that I talked about before, giving them an extra +8 and 5 melee. Very strong. So we're going to go Slaughter's Pride and then get some stuff down here.
8x8. Sacred indeed.
Skull Throne. So this is something new they've added in. So basically you can use your skulls as a kind of currency to help out with things. So you get extra corruption and chance to colonize stuff, which again, there's not a ton of use in that because you don't have any money buildings, right? So if we go back and look, like, why do I want to colonize? What's the benefit? Your utility buildings, all you have is a cheap little growth building, which we want to get, by the way. Upkeep reduction for armies in the region, not even the province, just the region where that specific town is. So I guess if you just want to sit an army there, it's cheaper. And it's the same thing here. Even the baseline building, it's only upkeep reduction in the region. Does not generate any money. Now, the one thing that could potentially be useful is this. And this is something that I talked about with the Greenskins. They have an item like this as well, or a thing that you can do like this. But it just doesn't make any sense. Like, if you look at it money-wise, right, 1% extra for 1,500, you know, you're going to have to get, what, 150,000 gold eventually to pay for that 1,500 at a rate of 1%. Now, you do get 2% post-battle loot, so that, you know, you have to get to 150, well, maybe 125 or something. It depends on your spread of rating, which we're not going to do that much. You're also not going to be sacking or looting that much. You're just going to be raising everything. So really, it's just 2% post-battle loot when you get down to it. So I guess that's what, like 125,000 post-battle loot for this building to pay for itself. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it should be at least like 5%. 5% might make, you know, a little bit more sense, but yeah, it's just bad, and it's not worth it, I don't think. Now, this one, the 10 skulls per turn, but you're already getting like a couple hundred per battle, probably, maybe more than that. So I don't know. A lot of these buildings just the utility buildings just kind of suck, to be honest. So I don't really understand the point in getting, like, being able to colonize these. Because you just want your one main town that you can get up to tier 5, basically. You can get extra heroes, but you have to get your thing up to tier 3, which is a lot of money, a lot of growth. I don't know. Just seems a little odd. So again, main town, yes, you want your extra ones just so you can throw growth buildings everywhere. But aside from that, it's like they're trying to make them be like this colonizing, sort of semi-colonizing faction that just really, like... But they're like, but we don't want it to really be like, you know, a building management faction. We don't really want there to be money buildings. We want you to have to go out and fight and get your money. So it's like, bro, just make them a freaking horde faction. Just like Beastmen do it so well. Where you get these little things, you get the little beast totem areas, and you try to burn a bunch of stuff and do a ritual. Cash it in for some resources, and then other than that, you're burning everything, and you carry everything around with you with the horde faction. So I think Beastman does this kind of savage, hyper-aggressive playstyle better than just about anybody. I guess they just wanted it to feel unique or different, but unique and different does not always mean better. Okay, so Fleshhounds of Khorne. I still think it's going to be a really fun campaign. It's just like, you know, it's kind of scratching my head at a couple of the decisions. Okay, so we're getting the dogs, and after we get the dogs, we got the Blood Reapers. We'll run those over and get those in there, and then we're going to switch this over to the Dark Bastion. But if I do that, it's going to get rid of this building, and I want to make sure I get at least a couple of these dogs first. Oh yeah, we got this Cloak of Skulls things. I haven't actually looked at this. I just saw online 10 unique skulls. Each skull can be empowered to provide different effects and bonuses. Okay. Selecting a skull within the Cloak of Skulls panel displays its effects, while empowering it is only possible after previously empowering another which connects to it. Huh. Okay. Faction leader. Each skull may be empowered through 3 levels of effects, but increasing... Okay. Increasing skull cost. Alright. Okay. List of all the effects over there. Okay. Alright, so we've got this guy. So we've already got this one, I think. Because he's already got that army ability. We get 25 armor, 20% missile resist, and immune to flanking if you have more than 40 kills. I think that's just on faction leader. And then you can upgrade that to... Okay, just more melee defense penalty and bigger armor. I mean, 50 armor is a big deal because this dude has like no armor. But it's just, he's already going to be a good fighter. You gain 25 of the experience of the defeated lord. I'm assuming that's cumulative experience. So if they're like level 15, that's like 15,000 experience or something. I don't know what the number is, but it's a lot. It's like thousands and thousands of experience. You gain half that. That seems pretty crazy. We have to get all of these eventually for our victory condition. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that lets you travel to other lords, like teleport to other lords. That's pretty cool. That's like really far away. Okay, this one replenishes. Okay, campaign movement range. That's a lot more movement range. After you burn or defeat a lord, you get even more. I kind of want the XP though. Obviously, just getting the tier 1 skulls is a better bargain. It's only 25 instead of 50 on most of these. For each skull empowerment. I don't know if that includes the levels. It probably does. So that could be pretty big. It'd be like plus 30 eventually. This one is melee, armor, physical resist. I'd rather have this probably. think I'll go with that one. What do these other ones do? Blood host stuff, whatever. Oh, that's very expensive too. It's 200. Wow, for blood host things. And then this is 100. Khorne corruption, ruins revealed. Okay, that's horrible. Extra skulls after defeating lords. All skull piles in the world are moved to your location. Now, I don't remember what spawns skull piles. I think that, like, they just appear in Khorne property, maybe? But that's, I mean, that seems really good. We're getting a lot of skulls. Demons Reforged. Wasn't that what this was? Oh, that's Blood Hosts. Okay, that one's actually pretty decent. This one's the one that's garbage. Okay. Anyways, yes, this looks good. So we'll go with this.
Has spoken. Some shall empower me in death.
Alright, so we got all that. We moved stuff around. Where's the other town? Chocolate. Down here. Oof. Okay, that one's gonna be tough. Now, there's a lot of wizardmen down here, obviously, in the jungle, so we kind of need anti-large, too, I think. And that's why I think having the Chaos Warriors with halberds is probably a good idea. Okay, I think we did everything. Do we want to do any Skull Throne stuff? We have to spend 2,500 to get another place. Occupy another place. I think we're good on that. Diplomacy, everybody hates us, so...
Do go on. This will be most.
Now, how vulnerable... This place is not super vulnerable, but... How likely are these guys to come fight us? Sure. Whoa, there's actually... What is this? Okay. It's like, I didn't think we'd be able to get to many,
My hand cannot be stayed.
faction... Landmark buildings, that's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, just kind of getting over an illness, and if I look a little weird... a little out of it. I guess maybe I'll always look a little weird, but even skinnier than usual.
A hero's journey ends here.
Okay. I don't know if they're gonna let me...
Blooded wanderer.
We're losing magic, right? Doesn't matter too much, but I think if you go down too low, then like your demons have problems. Now, if I click this, what's that? It doesn't automatically shut this down. Prevents the construction of... Okay. So I can... If I have this, then I can't get a Mortal Servants building, so I have to get rid of this, which makes sense. I don't think I want any Furies, by the way. I mean, they're okay, like, on sieges. They can help with archers and things. I just feel like these Hounds are just way better, though. Now, do I want to upgrade that? 10 more growth is a lot for this faction that has, like, a hard time with growth. But you do get more replenishment, too, which we're also having a hard time with that.
Leave me to my manipulation.
I think I'll get 2 more dogs. That might be a little, it's possible that's a little excessive on the dogs. But they're very good early. And I really don't want too much more of these Blood Reapers. I think that's already a lot of those.
No battle offered.
So we get 2 more dogs. Run this dude over here. Oh, I need to change this up too. Where's... Why doesn't it just automatically make it, like, fast? Your faction. There.
Blood Reaper. Demons. Calric.
Okay. I think we got it all. Do I? I guess we'll go ahead and upgrade it. It will add up over time. Okay, and then we're about to get our tech, diplomacy. Can't do anything with skulls. I don't even see the skull piles. They're kind of hard to spot. It's such a goofy mechanic too.
Champion.
It's like the treasure at sea. I mean, I'm always thinking of this as like an efficiency thing, but I guess there's something to be said for inefficient stuff that's just kind of fun, you know? I forgot that Knight guy's down here too, Bretonia. They've done a really good job of, like, diversifying the types of factions around the world over time. So you face, it's not just like all Wizardmen in Lustria, all humans up near Altdorf. Okay, that's just bad. I don't know, if you really need your stuff to not break your demons, I guess that could be good, but I can't get them in this fight, I don't think.
Eternal glory.
Okay, and then what's the coolest? 13 turns on that. Ugh. Yeah, some of the stuff is clumsy, but I mean, that's just how it is. You're just not going to be able to get, like, you're not always going to be able to win. Man, that thing is... I really hope that thing doesn't attack me.
My task endless. Khorne's blessing for me.
Okay, and this is... Let me just make sure here. Encircle.
Ahead.
Can we get in there? Come on, baby. Ah, yes, barely. Maybe just by, like, a hair? Oh, that one can't. Okay. I mean, not a massive deal, but...
When the blade strikes.
Okay, and then... I don't need to upgrade those.
I live for this.
Alright, let's fight him. So we've got like 3 fights in the first episode. It's pretty good. It's pretty... That's moving along for me. Now we're getting pretty strong. These bloodletters, though, are still fairly fragile for my taste, but they're okay. It's kind of like, I love Slaanesh and kind of their lore and their vibe, and it's everything about Slaanesh is just really fun, but it's like... I don't know. They need to, like, rethink the armor system or something a little bit more. I feel like armor is just OP in the game. Maybe have something where those, like, or just give the Slaanesh, like, units more, like, physical resist or dodge, like, introduce dodge and make it separate from physical resist. I don't know, it's kind of all lumped together right now as sort of this, just like, you're slippery or hard to hit or something. I guess that's what melee defense is, but There's just like a lot of really aggressive, like berserker type of units that just get melted. And I mean, I guess that's the part of it, or that's like the whole thing. But it's just like, it's just heavily armored, you know, infantry. Is that just the end all be all for infantry most of the time? I mean, yeah. Okay, let's put these in the same. God. Okay. Put those in the same thing, and now we don't have to flank with these. We can just have them kind of front line with us a little bit more. Where are they? They're like... Ooh, actually, this is pretty helpful for us. What's that? Who is that? I'm trying to remember. Like, God, Game of Thrones is such a good show. For so long, until the last couple of seasons. Even then, it had its moments, but so good beforehand. I'm trying to remember the Hound. That was it. It's just like, why did... And I guess I won't spoil too much. In case you haven't seen it, go watch it. At least the first 4 seasons. If you're kind of a younger viewer, for some reason you just didn't watch that in its heyday. I think it was like 2011 to 2018. But that just reminded me of something the Hound said when he's like, why did this one character beat this other character? And he's like, because he had armor and a big fucking sword. Basically. This other guy was like dancing around, you know, trying to do this like fancy pants stuff, this water dancing. I really wish that character came back in. And again, I don't want to spoil it. I know it's 15 years old at this point, but I really wish that character came back in. But I mean, the Hound had a point, man. I like to think about that, all this like fancy, agile stuff, but sometimes it's just big armor and a big sword is what does it. Actually, let's split these up. That's like the very edge of the map. I didn't realize that. I thought it was more wide open than that. Oof, they're actually about to get shot at. I'm gonna have to get in there and just go. Kind of can't see myself if we're in here. All right. Where's their glory? What is this? Those dogs don't play, man. Those things are putting up, I mean, they're probably killing more or pretty close to these guys. Yeah. Well, against like the tier 1, like terrible infantry, basically. I feel like Tzeentch is, I don't know, their whole thing is their power and magic, obviously, so they're gonna have weaker, like, entry-level units. But Tzeentch, to me, feels like possibly the weakest faction if you don't really leverage their magic super well. But, I mean, Khorne should be, like, way stronger in actual combat because they have no magic. They don't have a lot of tricks they can do on the campaign map or anything else. Okay. Alright, then we gotta just occupy it again.
Only mortals need rest. We shall summon and plot.
Oh, now he's got a blood throne, okay. How many levels did I gain after that?
Skulltaker.
Can't really see how much extra XP I'm getting for having that thing.
First among champions.
Okay, movement,
Blooded
slaughter thing.
wanderer.
We've already got a movement thing, so I guess we'll pass on that.
I can. I will.
And then I guess this replenishment here. Now, Blood Throne. Still pretty good. Okay, that gives him a lot more armor. He's still heavy armor piercing damage. 25 bonus versus infantry. So he's still hitting pretty hard. He's still hitting it like 73. He's got more speed. Yeah, just like insanely more armor. Okay, gives everybody that +8 melee attack, which is good. Gore Feast, so now he's got healing. Okay. Hellblade, so now he's a lot stronger.
Yes, yes, I care deeply. I do.
Who are we trying to fight now? Yeah, I don't think we can fight them.
Do you know who I am?
It still looks like it's a lot of lizardmen up in here. Emerald pools, corrupted. It's a. Okay, so they really don't have that much here. I mean, I guess we just have to fight whoever's in front of us, basically, because every time you don't fight, you start losing this. Okay, and then yeah, the default is always giving us demon stuff, which is okay, I guess. I'll wait one more turn on this, and we can hire. We got. See, gross 10% for all buildings. Income from buildings. Okay, so we'll wait one more turn, switch that over, and then I think we're we're gonna have to get rid of this and then get this. God, you only get one more at tier 3. It's so annoying. So we're gonna have this up, and then we're gonna have to get, I guess, this. These guys haven't been like that impressive. These gore beasts, they're all right. Okay, where's the... Oh, this dude's... Training... I mean, I want training. I guess I can... Okay, so I can make this building, just get this dude, and then just get rid of the building. And get, like, I don't know, 1,600 back off of it or something. That's probably what I'll end up doing. And then we'll go up this way.
Only the finest.
Okay, Warborn.
Our fury shall be unmatched.
16. Now, being able to jump around to different lords could potentially be cool. The other guy can do that too. But I don't know, like, it probably costs quite a few skulls to do it. Or maybe it costs, I don't know what it costs. I don't know how you do it. Okay, anyways. See, we're already, like, one army running real low on cash. I guess we don't necessarily need to hire anything else right now. Like, this army's probably good enough. But I would really like some halberds. Chaos Warriors and halberds. So we're just gonna have to wait on those a couple more turns. I guess... Hold up. I guess if I get rid of this right now... Okay, it's still not going to let me get this mortal recruitment building. I'm not sure. But I don't want to hire any more, like, Flesh Hounds or Chaos Furies either way. Okay. Okay, then that'll be it for this episode. Mange wiped. Ooh.
Yes, I should.
Okay, well that changes the calculus a little bit. He's worth 44 skulls. That's crazy. Oh, a legendary lord is worth a lot more. That's interesting. And the more battles they won, if I haven't defeated that type, their rank. Okay. These used to be extremely good. I think they've been a little nerfed over time. But they're still kind of scary.
Hunger to slay.
I definitely can't beat that plus the garrison at this point. Those things are just gonna light my bloodletters up. I just don't. Where can we go, man?
A hero's journey ends here.
Go for this guy, I guess. Yeah, I guess we gotta go north, because I'm not beating it's gonna take multiple turns.
Eternal glory.
How strong is... I guess we have to deal with them. I don't know. Like, we don't have anti-large for knights, but
champion.
I feel like those are going to be a lot worse than Lizardmen. Guess we could dash over here and try to take this dude out. Anyways, we'll figure it out next time, so... Yeah, it's looking interesting. But, yeah, we've kind of run into a roadblock here, right? 20 stack, we don't know what else they have. They definitely can't beat them with... I mean, it's like 35 units. And these dudes are already getting lit up by, like, blue horrors, you know, some of them, these bloodletters. So, anyways, we'll figure it out next time. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you then.